Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today I'm going to show you how to contrast with the word whereas. So here is the word that we're looking at today, whereas. So here is the spelling, W-H-E-R-E-A-S, and the pronunciation is whereas. And whereas is a conjunction, and we use it to show contrast between two facts or ideas. So contrast means difference. Okay, so we use it to show a difference between two facts or ideas. So a difference a difference in the meaning and a difference in the idea itself. Okay, let me give you some examples. Well, first of all, here is the form of when we use whereas. So we have the first idea, idea number one, then we have a comma, then we have the word whereas, and then we have idea number two. So this and this, idea one and idea two, this is what we are contrasting. Okay, this is what we are comparing, if you like. Okay, we are comparing the difference between this and this. And in the middle, we have our conjunction, whereas. Okay. And that's what conjunction means. In fact, it joins two parts of the sentence. Okay? So a very simple example. Mark likes cats, whereas Jane prefers dogs. Okay, so Mark likes cats, comma, whereas Jane prefers dogs. Okay, so we have two ideas which are different. There is a contrast between this and this. Okay, so Mark and Jane are different. They have different preferences. Mark likes cats, Jane prefers dogs. And in the middle, we put our conjunction. Okay? Now, we also have a second choice. We can also put whereas at the beginning of the sentence, at the start, the first word of the sentence. Okay? So let's take this example and change the form. So this is the form, whereas, followed by idea one, comma, so the comma goes here, and then we have idea two. So whereas Mark likes cats, Jane prefers dogs. And here is the comma here. Okay, so the comma is obviously only important when we are writing. And when we are talking, we have a short pause here, a short pause in speech. So whereas Mark likes cats, Jane prefers dogs. Okay, so we have the same two ideas, idea one and idea two, and they're in the same order, and we have the word whereas now at the beginning. Okay, and it's still a conjunction. It still joins these two ideas together, but it is not in the middle this time. The word is not in the middle, but it still joins these two ideas together. Okay, so we're comparing and contrasting. Now the rest of the video is me giving you more examples of this. So, she is making a phone call, whereas he is working on the computer. Okay, so here we are comparing, we are contrasting the actions, her actions with his actions. So she is making a phone call, whereas he is working on the computer. Okay, so there is a difference in their actions. And so we're using the whereas to indicate this difference. Okay. Let's look at another example. Okay. So, Mark has lots of friends, whereas Jane doesn't know many people. So, this is Mark. He has lots of friends. He's very sociable, likes going out, whereas Jane doesn't know many people. You can see there are some people here, but she doesn't, she's having trouble making friends with them. She doesn't really know them. Okay, so there's a difference between Mark and Jane. Okay, so Mark has lots of friends, whereas Jane doesn't know many people. So this is idea 1, or concept number 1, or fact number 1. And this is the second fact, fact number 2. And this is the conjunction in the middle to compare them. Let's look at another example. John likes living in the city, whereas Claire prefers the country. So here we have John, and he likes living in the city, whereas Claire prefers the country. So we have differences in preferences here, a difference in preference of where you live. Okay, so we have this this fact number 1, this fact number 2, and in the middle we have the conjunction whereas. Okay, whereas. And this time we are putting whereas at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, whereas Mark likes watching TV, Jane likes playing video games. Okay, so Mark, this is idea number 1. Mark likes watching TV. And this, then we have the comma. Then idea number 2, Jane likes playing video games. Jane likes playing video games. And we have the conjunction at the beginning of the sentence this time. Okay, so I'll say it one more time. Whereas Mark likes watching TV, Jane likes playing video games. Very simple example, this one. Mark likes beer, whereas Jane prefers wine. Okay, so here we are contrasting, we are indicating the contrast of taste in drinks, preferences in drinks. Okay, Mark likes beer, Jane prefers wine, and we have the conjunction whereas in the middle to indicate the contrast. Okay, and this is the last example. So we have some data here. This is a graph showing profit of a company. So the x-axis is showing the year. So this is showing the profit in 2018. This is showing the profit in 2019. And the y-axis, this is the amount of profit in pounds sterling. Okay, so we can see here in 2018 the profit of the company was £600,000, and in 2019 the profit was £1 million. Okay, so to describe that in a sentence, we say the company made a profit of £600,000 in 2018, whereas in 2019 they made a profit of £1 million. So you see here we are using whereas to compare the profit from 2 different years in the past. Okay, so we're contrasting the small profit in 2018, the relatively small profit, with the relatively big profit in 2019. So yes, we're contrasting the different levels of profit from 2 years. Okay, so you can see whereas is very useful when we are analyzing data. So it's useful in some exams as well. There are some English exams or some economics exams. I remember one of my economics exams when I was at school. We had to analyze data. You had to compare data from different years. So you used the word whereas a lot to make the contrast. Okay, so it's not just about comparing people's hobbies and preferences. You can also use it to make comparisons in time between 2018 and 2019, for example. Okay, so I've got a little exercise for you. So you'll need a pen and paper. So I would like you to write 4 sentences using whereas. So using what you have learned in today's lesson, I want you to write 4 sentences to show the differences between you and one of your friends. Okay, so you're going to be showing the contrast between you and one of your friends. So 4 sentences. And the 4 sentences, I want you to write 1 sentence for each of the following 4 themes or subjects or topics. So choose a difference in your physical appearance, so your physical appearance and your friend's physical appearance. Maybe a difference in your hobbies, your interests, a difference in your jobs or in your studies if you're a student. And finally, sentence 4, indicate a difference in maybe your opinions, your political opinions, or your opinions about news events. Okay? So let me give you an example. I've written the first one for you. Okay, so I've done this one comparing it with one of my friends. So, example, I am tall, whereas my friend is short. Okay, so this is a sentence comparing my physical appearance with the physical appearance of my friend. And you could also maybe talk about the color of your hair, or the color of your eyes, or the length of your hair. Okay, so do the same for number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and write your 4 sentences in the comments below this video. Okay, so there we are, that's the end. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in some private online lessons, then click here for information. And here are some other videos that I recommend.